I'm going to let you kind of sum it up for me.
Well, thank you very much. And honestly, the kind of fear that you held and we have diminished is a very common thing I deal with. I had a patient today, a couple decades younger than you, who's walking around mortified. And some people deserve to be scared. Very few. Most can. You can put it in perspective, and there's a very long and rosy life ahead. In fact, I've never been more optimistic we're going to impact human health, human longevity, diminish disease, diminish medication. It's going to take some work. We've got some clear science advances to make, but it's a most exciting time, clearly, to be a physician. I'm just turned 60. I mean, I love it so much. I'm not stopping. I'll be in my office for many, many years. Sign a 20-year lease right now if my landlord's listening. I really mean that. So I grew up 2 miles from here, went to high school in Southfield. Thought I was going to be in the family furniture business, but about age 15, my dad said to me, wonderful father, wonderful business, still in existence, Gardner White Furniture. Of course, your friend Ross knows them very well. Yeah, I think we're going to sell. I'm not sure you should really take 10 years to get your MBA, and we may not be here. This is a true story, went and talked to my rabbi at age 15 and was kind of interested in the synagogue life and had a pretty good upbringing in the Jewish community. And I walked in his office and told him I was thinking about going to rabbinical school, and I kid you not, he hit his forehead about as hard as a human can and said, "What did you just say?" And he said, "Don't say that." He goes, "This is the craziest of professions." They never let you have a moment. And I quickly got admitted to the University of Michigan Iniflex program, where in high school you get admitted without taking the MCATs to a combined graduate thing. It doesn't exist anymore there. It's still in a few other places. It's more the European model of you just know you want to be a doc. I had a little heart murmur as a kid. I used to see a pediatric cardiologist. I saw all the machines and the bells and the lights. I thought it was all pretty cool. I didn't mind the smell of alcohol and cotton balls of the old days, if you think back. And that worked out great. So I went from Ann Arbor, but graduated Michigan summa cum laude med school, which is a nice little pearl in your hat. Went down to Dallas, was vegan already. I actually, at age 18 in Ann Arbor, the dormitory food transitioned me in about 1 week to plant-based salad. It was salad bar life. I ate at the Liberty Bell on Liberty in Ann Arbor at the salad bar, ate in the dorm salad bar. And by the time I was in med school, I started hearing these little droplets that nutrition has something to do with human health. There wasn't much, but there was a few little raindrops. Went down to Dallas, very meat-heavy community with the Fort Worth stockyards, and did just some awesome cardiology training. Thought that was the end of it, but then I got turned on like a lot of us. I was there in the really early days of cath lab, angioplasty, ultimately stenting, and bagged, I say it's probably the best spot in the world to go learn how to do angioplasty in Kansas City, Missouri. A real maverick, a cowboy boot-wearing cardiologist, got basically asked to leave Mayo Clinic because he was so innovative, but he would break every rule to get to the end point. Never patient safety rule, but break stupid bureaucratic
This was one of your
rules.
mentors?
That was my mentor for a year. And I came out in 1990, came back to Michigan, just had wife, kids. We all had our roots here. A couple of years in Ann Arbor, and I've been practicing in suburban Detroit since. And it was a very typical practice about 10 years ago. My patients would hear, because 1990, the first really solid science that if you're a sick heart patient, changing your diet to a plant-based diet was of scientific proven value, Dr. Dean Ornish. By 1990, so my entire practice, I would quietly mention to patients you might explore, here's a book, well, there weren't websites for a while, but when websites came up. But I really got the urge, boy, I'm doing the same thing, even though I've got a whole lot of other knowledge than most cardiologists. I mean, I'm writing scripts for this medicine and this test, and I found the right program to go back and really train, and there's terms out there, functional medicine, integrated medicine, root cause medicine, natural medicine, but I got a really good university program, and I just did it on weekends, like people go hustle to get a master's on weekends. And about 7-8 years ago, I said, it's got to change. I got to look for that spot where I can create my own clinic. There were basically no models for it. There's still, I would say, probably less than 10 of us in the country that do what would be fairly called integrative cardiology. I mean, I do serious medicine. I got sick people with heart failure and rhythm problems.
Let me just slow you down.
I want to go back. I want to know way your mama and your papa talked to you about food. And
right. So this is 6-7 years ago?
Yeah, 6-7 years ago.
So basically, just for listeners who don't understand this, because I didn't understand this, you were doing surgery. You were doing traditional cardio medicine until you decided one day that you are going to open up this integrative cardiology practice. Is that true?
It's exactly true.